Hi, international publicist Michelle Tennant Nicholson here, reporting at fastfoodfromthefarmersmarket.com. As you know, I am an amateur triathlete, and I have been testing lyn-genet recetus, the plan, for a couple of weeks now, since the end of January. It's mid-February, and we just finished Valentine's Day weekend. My husband and I celebrated our 7th wedding anniversary at a little resort about an hour away from our home. And so I just wanted to report on how it went. So we just went. You know, the only thing that I brought with me was I had some probiotics, some shelf-stable probiotics, which I don't think are as effective as the ones that are in the refrigerator. At least that's what I feel in my body. And then the other thing is we brought pumpkin seeds. So our breakfast was, well, first, you know, Friday night we went out to dinner and we had like a blue crab encrusted steak on garlic mashed potatoes with some vegetables on the side. They were mostly like red pepper, onion variety. And then and then a salad. And then I had the lemon vinaigrette salad. And I'll tell you what, I brought my scale with me, what a geek, right? But Saturday morning I was up only a pound, so I for sure had something that was reactive in that meal, but I still was feeling okay. And I was shocked later that day, after, let's see, we had lunch, so we went downtown Waynesville, and because it was our anniversary, my husband had pecan pie, his favorite, at 11 a.m. This was after a breakfast that the Waynesville Inn served us, which was on the buffet. Had your normal cereals and normal sugar-laden yogurts, and then eggs. They were definitely made from powdered eggs, like a powdered mix, you know, like a lot of resorts use. Powdered, you know, scrambled eggs made from a powder, obviously. They tasted that way. But most people were eating them, right? Most people don't mind that. Most people can't even tell the difference between normal scrambled eggs and powdered scrambled eggs. I can. Bacon, biscuits, grits, stone ground grits, white gravy. Of course, we didn't eat all this, but, you know, there was nothing else to eat. And then they also had, of course, Danishes. You know, like, it was a continental breakfast, but, like, most people were like, yum, what a great continental breakfast. And then the juices were also very interesting. I could tell when I tasted them because my palate has gotten so very sensitive from the plan. And then, of course, I've been eating well and organically and with no sugar for many years. So when something has a lot of extra sugar in it, I can immediately tell. And the apple juice had, like, so much sugar in it. And so I tasted it, and that was done. I couldn't have any more. You know, and I'm not having stevia, so I forgot, you know, because I normally have my own stevia with me. So in my coffee for the morning, I asked for honey because they didn't even have raw sugar. You know, they had the white bleached kind, which I don't eat. But so we had that for breakfast, and we went downtown and got some nice coffee because I didn't care for the coffee at the end. It was okay. Most people would like it, but if I'm going to have 1 cup a day, I'm going to have a really nice dark roast for the day. So, I've been spoiled by my espresso machine at home. So he had pecan pie, and then I had some chocolate with at 11 a.m., which we never do. Okay, we never do that. But it was our anniversary, so we splurged a bit. And then for lunch, he had a burger, fries, and then soup salad. I had soup salad, and then they had a patty melt, like a burger on rye bread, which actually I've never had a patty melt, and so that was kind of nice. And I was looking at my little list. See, I have it here. And I just put it on shipping paper, you know, so that I can have it, and I could look and see what was the less reactive. So I chose the rye bread and the beef, and, you know, and then instead of a bunch of sides, I just did a salad on the side. And it was difficult. The dressing situation is difficult because I definitely found out that, I mean, the minute that I had something with vinegar in it, like my whole throat started to itch. So I bet if I do a test on vinegar by itself, I'm going to have an issue. The funny thing is that we didn't have dessert there because we indulged at the coffee shop. But then later in the day, I met some Girl Scouts. And I got box of the samosas, what do you, the caramel delight thingies. And I paid my $4 for them. I opened them up right there, and the moms were like, oh my gosh, they've been wanting cookies. And I'm like, well, I'm not taking these cookies home with me. So I had 2 cookies, and then the girls had some, and then I was in a store. I was in Mass General Store, and I walked through the store, and I was giving away cookies because I didn't want them. I just wanted, you know, I wanted to support the Girl Scouts and had them do their little sales pitch to me and everything because I want to support that. I'm an entrepreneur. I want the young girls to, you know, feel like they can succeed. So, so I went to, and it was fun because some of the younger employees at Mass General, they're like, you're giving these away? Well, we'll just take the whole thing. So it was real easy to give away. About 10 minutes after I had eaten my cookies, 10, 15 minutes, I started to cough uncontrollably. So I for sure have like a throat reaction to stuff, right? Here's what was interesting. As soon as we got back to the hotel, my husband was doubled over in pain. He's really been, you know, he's fit. He's not overweight. He's got great blood work, the whole bit, but he eats whatever I eat. And I've been eating very cleanly, you know, like even more clean than we normally eat. A lot of kale, you know, a lot of like lean meats and so forth. So he was doubled over in pain with a bloated stomach. And he's like, I can't go to dinner. He says, I'm so, from, you know, whatever we had at lunch, I just can't. So I went to dinner by myself. I had, you know, whatever the inn had, it was like a little burger or something. I was up. He didn't even eat dinner. He was so sick. I got up this morning and I brought my scale with me. I was up 5 pounds. 5 pounds this morning. And I feel like a bloated tick. So we looked at each other and he was feeling still terrible. Better though, you know, because I had some probiotics that I gave him and stuff. I didn't have my ginger tea or anything to really help him out though. And I said, look, I want to just go home and eat our normal breakfast at home. I've got some rice farina at home, and then we can have, you know, a really nice breakfast, our own coffee, whatever. And he was all about it. So we ate some of the pumpkin seeds to tide us over on the hour-long trip home, and we came home and we ate breakfast at home. And I am shocked that 2 to 3 weeks worth of work could be undone so quickly in one day. And, you know, and I'm in so much pain. I mean, my pain is back, my joint pain, my back pain. So, detox day tomorrow. So I'll let you know. You know, I mean, I basically have undone a lot of hard work, and I'm hopefully that, you know, we'll see how quickly I can get back to. But this next weekend we're going out of town again, and I'm not. They want to have pizza and all this stuff, and I'm just gonna. People know me as somebody who brings food and cook, you know, so I'm just going to bring my stuff. I'm going to make a whole bunch of chicken thighs, you know, organic chicken thighs with I'm going to grill them with some Italian seasoning on the top, and that's it. Throw them in a bag, and then I'm just going to have them. And we're going to a motocross. We're going to the Dome in Atlanta, the Georgia Dome, and, you know, if they give me a hard time about bringing my own food in, I'm just going to say, look, you know, I'm allergic to some of I need to bring my own food with me, otherwise I'm going to have an allergic reaction. I mean, the throat thing, I'm still kind of, you know, mucusy, like everything's like draining, and it's incredible. It is really incredible how just an average day of eating, what we ate was really typical of most Americans. We didn't eat, with the exception of, okay, we had some treats at 11 a.m., but listen, we didn't have any of the Danishes, and everybody around us was having what we ate, plus those Danishes. So, you know, simple food for me, thank you. So that's what happened, for those of you who want to know, and then I'm getting right back on the plan, because I really am, and I asked my husband too, you know, because we haven't really talked about it. I said, I've been having incredible energy for the days from eating well, you know, like non-reactive friendly foods. And he goes, you know what, I've really been feeling better too. The thing that's suspect is that we're still both working. My husband only has like neck pain from sitting so much during the day. You know, I have the lower back pain, but it's interesting. It's really interesting. Let me know how you're doing, and I'm getting back Thanks.